folks. This is people trying to leave the lockdown zone that's been declared in Italy. And I just wanted to show you that. I don't know the exact timeline of what's happening. Hold on. Hey, Google, what time is it in Milan, Italy?
The time in Milan, metropolitan city of Milan, Italy is 3:16 a.m.
Okay, it's 3:16 a.m. So I don't know the exact timeline of what's going on, but the news broke here about 2 hours ago. And so I'm not sure, but these are people apparently trying to leave. And why would they do that? I mean, why would the government announce like that and let all these people leave? Don't get me wrong, I'm completely against mass quarantines. I've got documentation on my website. You're free to go look at it. Mass quarantines don't work, they make things worse. So you're looking at government making things worse than they have to be. And once again, you can go to my website and find out they're doing it on purpose. Okay, let me go to the news here. According to this is 13 minutes ago, Italian government announces lockdown, so evidently it is in place and the military is ready, and I'll show you documentation of that. Italian government announces lockdown for parts of northern Italy due to the coronavirus. Italian Prime Minister announced an extensive lockdown on all movement within the Lombardy region, where Milan is the capital, and 14 other provinces. All public activities, weddings, funerals have been suspended. The lockdown impacts upwards of 10 million. BBC is reporting 16 million. And this is a map, apparently, of where the lockdowns are going to take place. This is northern Italy. Okay, this is from a few hours ago. Uh, Lombardy, nearby regions absolutely avoid any movement into or out of the areas. Police, emergency services, and if needed, the army. There's no other word for it. It's martial law if the army is ready to go into action. That means legally they are ready. People violating the lockdown punished with fine or jail terms. Here's what's crazy. Just because mainstream media won't utter the words martial law doesn't mean it isn't martial law. Mainstream media is not representing the people whatsoever. Don't talk a single bit about people losing their rights and their freedoms. Don't talk a bit about martial law. coronavirus, northern Italy to quarantine 16 million people. Well, evidently it is being done now. The mandatory quarantine will last till early April. Close gyms, pools, museums, ski resort. I don't know what it takes for people to understand this is martial law, but because the TV set hasn't told them that yet, they just won't believe it. It's unbelievable. Could it take effect as early as Sunday? Well, apparently they've already gone into effect. Let me see what else it says here. There is one newspaper that came out and said when 50,000 people were quarantined a week or two ago, there's one paper that came out and called it martial law. Only one paper out of all of mainstream media will even say the word. And that's why I want to try to drill it into people that mainstream media is almost treasonous as far as representing the people. They won't utter that word. They know it's martial law, and they won't utter the word. Nothing could be not representing the people more than that. Nightclubs, gyms, swimming pools, ski resorts, restaurants, cafes can open. People must sit at least a meter apart. This is government telling you what you can and can't do. In other words, they're cramming everybody in, and it's like a giant petri dish, just like the cruise ships. People will be told to stay home as much as possible. Those who break the quarantine could face 3 months in jail. Sports competition closed to the public. I'm just trying to get all the important stuff for you here. Let me see okay, I got that one. Let me go back and see if I can get any other news on Italy real quick. Get the latest news. This is Italy on Twitter. There's barely anything even on Twitter about this. Let's go to the latest news. Extraordinary late night press conference from tomorrow. From tomorrow on, Lombardy and other zones in northern Italy will be on lockdown for weeks. And I want you to imagine yourself in this lockdown so you can get a indication of what's really going on here. These people, it's nothing but traumatization of people. It makes things worse. Okay, I'm just gonna, let me go to one more place to see if I can get any breaking news on this. Italy locks down much of the country's north. They're already closing roads. My last broadcast, you can watch it if you want. I'm going to be monitoring air traffic and regular traffic. They're already starting to shut down roads. And here's mainstream media basically just parroting each other. I don't see anything else. So apparently this has started lockdown quarantine of 16 million people in Italy, a half a billion people on lockdown quarantine in China, martial law. And just in closing, I know I repeat myself a whole bunch, but I don't know if there are new people watching, if nobody's watching, I don't know till after the broadcast. Bush Jr. was on CNN, I've got it right here, and it's getting a lot of people are looking at it. Video of Bush Jr. on CNN talking about quarantining parts of America using the military. Please read my story on how quarantines don't work. There's a long history of mass quarantines. They don't work. They make things worse, and you can read it, I think, right in here. COVID-19 outbreak and mass lockdown quarantine investigation. You can read it all there. And then I changed the thing on my video report. I've been reporting on the New World Disorder, globalization, since 1988. And I captured this video of George Bush Jr. talking about quarantining parts of America using the military when he was president. And I knew back then that that was going to be very important in the future. And here we are, folks. Please take this very, very seriously. We're talking about martial law here. Okay, I will come back on when I can give you some more information on the lockdown quarantine martial law in northern Italy.